disruption in education, an academician for the last 20 years, and I'm talking about disruption in education. A picture here is something that has reflected over me for a long time now. I was having a group of very influential management program students with me, and they were doing an internship with me. While they were doing this internship, I happened to have a conversation with them, and I asked them, are you excited being in the best reputed college of this country? And there was a silence in the room. I asked them once again, I said, how do you feel? And one of them said, pressured. The pressure to perform well, the pressure that our parents want us to have best of the degrees. I asked them, what more do you want from yourself? And then came the answers. I wanted to learn swimming, but I couldn't do that because I never had time. I wanted to be a wildlife photographer, but I could never do it because my parents never supported me. And all I could see and realize at that point in time was anger, frustration, anxiety, depression that is a part of students' life today. A report that was published by Times Now, 10th October 2022, said more than 60% of our students suffer from anxiety. And what is this anxiety about? It's about performing in exams. It's about ensuring that they get good grades to make their family happy and to be at par with others. Is this what is education meant for? Is this the purpose of education? Do we want our children to get educated and learn what they have to do just because we want them to have jobs? Where we know being a billionaire economy, our majority of youth is unable to fetch jobs at this point of time. So what is the purpose of education? A happy picture here. This is a 10-year-old girl learning paragliding in Birbiling, India. She happens to be my daughter as well. She is learning it as a professional paraglider. This is a picture when she just started. How was she able to do it? Why could she do that? Didn't she wanted to learn her English, Hindi, math, science, social sciences, all those academic subjects that are part of our lifestyle? Going to school is so important, isn't it? Did she learn something from here? Let's get back and understand, what is schooling, mortar buildings doing to us? They are making us slaves of the economy that will be run by the businessmen for critical thinking. Whereas these students who have been made to fit into one box, one single box, which cannot be true for everybody. Everyone cannot be having the same abilities. Even our 5 fingers have different sizes to them. This child was able to do this because she was into an online structure of schooling. Did she learn something out of it? Indeed, she did. She learned a lot. She learned how to collaborate with a team. She learned how to be working along with others. She learned how to work around with elders and juniors. She became more resilient in the process. She was empathetic because she had to help others. She learned how to survive when there is no comfort around you, when you're out of your comfort zone. Also, in the meantime, what about her academics? So she learned about aerodynamics. She learned about she learned how to control a parachute. She learned about thrust. She learned about landing. She learned about taking off. She learned when there is a drone near to your parachute, how do you protect yourself? And mind it, I as a parent cannot go and help her there, neither can her instructor. Wasn't there learning here? The mountain ranges around her, the atmosphere, the weather, the season, the air pressure. She learned all of it. Her has her science, her English, her social science, everything was sorted. Aiming our children to learn all the subjects in these mortar buildings where crores have been spent to get these buildings up. And now it's time to ensure that we get the money out from the children. An academician talking about disruption here because the future is online. However hard we run this truth, the moment a child is born into this world, you have a camera right on his face. You have to introduce him to the FB, the Facebook. However hard we run away from this fact, today children are spending time on their mobile phone, tablets, laptops, television, and all these digital resources. What we will have to now channelize is how we get the right content on these resources and how we can maximize the use of the resources for our children. Why do children have to spend hours traveling from one place to another just to get educated, where education can come right at the doorstep? If this is the purpose of education, then education needs to become flexible. We will have to remember the next time we tell a child, score good grades, you're getting him ready for a job that he might not even get. You have to ensure that the child learns as per his ability, as per his skill, makes him happy individual. We also will have to remember that it has to be equitable and accessible. We are in a dynamic country, from Delhi to Kanyakumari, when we walk around the B-town cities, C-town cities, all these cities that we go around, and then some villages also. Have you seen the disparity around you? I come from Delhi NCR, where I know that I will get schools that might be very expensive, but at the same time will be able to give great education to my child. But when I move to another city, where I know this cannot happen, what do I do? Do I let my children be handled by passed out of class 12 who are not even able to become teachers and teach, but they have to do it because there is no other source in that city to teach children? The fact that online requires is just a small piece of device on your hand and an internet connection which we all have in our homes these days. The equitability and the accessibility here will give you affordability. Why affordability is important? Let's look at the data. Let's try to get into the statistics. How many influential schools in this country are below 2 lakh rupees per year per annum fee structure? This data will kind of boggle you, and you all have ChatGPT in your hands, I'm sure. You can quickly look at it. You will be amazed to see that the best of institutions are the most costliest in terms of school education, and even when we move ahead in our university education as well. How much of time, energy, money is actually required? Is it really 2 lakh rupees per annum? Is that the kind of work that we want to spend on our children's education when something can walk into the doors of their homes in the flexibility of the hours, in the safety of their homes, where they can spend time in the evenings because they are not worried about the school homework anymore, and they can go and play out in the playgrounds. They can play badminton, soccer, football, basketball, whatever they want. Thirdly, we will have more people who learn to live and have a skill-based life. And the last but not the least, don't tell me I'm like you. I'm not. And don't tell me you are like me. You are not. We all are different. Till the time our education doesn't get personalized for our children, however hard we try, however tuition centers we open, however many schools we open, we will still be telling them all, study the same, give same test, give same assessment, give same assignments, try to do your best. It's okay if you fail, try again and again. But that's not what our kids want, and that is not what we want for them. As parents, as teachers, as academicians, what we want for our children are AI-powered, well-structured, online systems which will be the future of the coming time. You will not be having any more times when you will be writing letters to your loved ones. Do you have that anymore? The times have gone by. And now the WhatsApp that you have and the emailers that you have might not be there tomorrow. While we have the chat GPT today telling us everything in a stint, I don't even need to Google anymore. The moment we realize the power of digitization, we will be able to bring data analysis to our children. And that is what we need, the road ahead. The road ahead, which is experiential, futuristic, and happy for our children and the coming generation. Thank you.